begins, as it always does, with a sketch. So without further ado, please enjoy and, dare I say, immerse yourself in The Huddle. Woo! And I'm Carla Bartlesbug.
And welcome to The Huddle, a show where we take you inside, under, back around again, and then back up inside football's best teams.
Tonight's game is a highly anticipated one. It is the big game, okay? It is between Heated Rivals, Wranglers, and our hometown team, Squid.
We're taking a look inside Squid's huddle to see how the players are handling all the pressure. Personally, I'm really looking forward to seeing some of Coach Danforth's strategy.
Well, if he coaches half as well as he has that timeshare in Florida, I think tonight will be a breeze.
What is Miranda gonna find out about that, huh?
Oh my God, his wife, I love her.
I love her too. Your husband introduced us to that charity dinner for monkeys and little diapers.
Oh my God, my husband actually owns the football team.
Yes.
And a small collection of chicken and biscuit restaurants along the eastern seaboard.
It's gonna be a rough one out there, boys. If we want any chance in hell of winning this thing, we're gonna have to play with our hearts. I'm reminded of the great sportsman Melanie C. She led her Spice team with the bravery and commitment it takes to wear sweatpants to a cocktail party.
I wish I had what she had.
Okay, on the field with the ball in our hands, we can be. We can be. We can be. We can be. We. Justice for Casey Anthony! 1, 2, 3!
Justice for Casey Anthony!
We're on blue 69. Get to like Stanky on the left. Now this is the big game, but as always, our objective is the same. Score 1 point. Go out there and play your damn pants off, sons! Come on, go!
And there they go! This is about to be the start of the big game.
I can't see anything.
John Henry, goddammit!
Sorry, I really needed that.
I know what you mean, man. It can be so hard, these games. And like as men, it's so hard to be vulnerable with our emotions.
Have you heard of the male loneliness epidemic that's happening right now? I saw this like TikTok and it's like, who would I even turn to if I needed to? Like, do I even have someone?
Really connect with that, bro. Thank you so much for reminding me of how vulnerable and honest and brave we have to be with who we are. Ultimately, we are enough.
We are enough.
We are enough.
We're enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go! Michael, go! No, Michael, no!
When the going gets tough, the tough get going. Going, gone. Nike, just go. Nike, just do sports. It's what your dad wanted. Nike, go girl. Nike, just go.
And that's halftime, folks. Let's check in with Carla, who's on the field now in a top I let her borrow, and quite frankly, am worried about getting back. Carla, take it away.
Thank you, Samantha. I'm here with Coach Danforth. Coach.
Carla, looking smoking in that top.
As we speak.
That sounds serious. But keep up the good work. You look good.
Thank you, Coach. All right, now I've noticed out there during this game you have been running some plays. Okay, now could you describe to us what a play is and how that sort of all goes down?
Thank you for noticing. We have been running plays. We've been having a lot of success with my personal favorite, Big Hungry Boy's Gotta Eat. We have our quarterback toss the pigskin down the field to one of our backs, and he's gonna catch that ball in his mouth like a big hungry boy.
That's amazing, Coach.
And it's extra helpful because the ball's gonna get all slippery in his mouth, and then the other team's not gonna want to touch it.
That's an inspired choice.
Carla, so sorry to interrupt here. Any indication that Coach Danforth is concerned, given the score is still 0-0 at the half, and Squid hasn't had a lot of scoring opportunities?
What?
Thank you, Carla. As you may know, some people in the league refer to me as a sick and twisted genius.
My husband says your biscuit's not done in the middle. All right, thank you, Coach. Have a great game. Back to you, Samantha.
It's now or never, guys. We gotta run the big play. It's time for the finger blaster.
What?
But I ran so fast.
I yelled every number I knew. Wait, I can fix this.
It's a dog-eat-dog world.
Famously, we do that all the time.
That was so easy.
That's so good. I think it's probably the best race to get super sweaty, probably before the show.
Yeah, I did my hair and that was awesome.
It was awesome. She came in rollers, no worries.
No worries.
Hey, who's excited for Who Says Two Beautiful Women Can't Host a Comedy Show? Let's go. We are here tonight to honor America's pastime, the great sport of football. Let's go. We didn't know a lot about it.
Yeah, so where I'm from, the Patriots were really good for a while, and then they got really bad. And that really impacts my dad and also my brothers.
It's very hard on her to this day. It's really sad for me because I'm from Wisconsin and the colors of our football team very ugly, green and yellow, horrible. But football, unlike life, is not all about outfits. It is about balls and winning.
And ultimately, and tonight I think we we've really won. We have a perfect lineup of perfect comedians that are winning as we speak.
They're addicted to winning, so we're saying.
Stop winning.
They can't stop saying. So probably, who's excited for our first comment, y'all? Okay, I'm addicted to them in a crazy way. I'm actually a fan, and it is embarrassing. You've probably seen them all around the town and such, because they're Brooklyn's sort of sweetheart in that way. You also might know their show, No More Stupid. Let's give it up for my favorite comic ever, except for all the other ones. Joe Sunday, y'all. Let's go.
There are your manners. Good evening, Brooklyn. This isn't gonna work, guys. You're gonna be rude. No, just kidding. Hey, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to be here. I seriously love comedy. I just love this stuff. I really do. Comedy brings so much joy into my life. And what I'll tell you is, it has not always been that way. You know, there was a time in my life when I got a haircut that was so bad that nothing was funny at all. For about 2 months, I would say, I did not laugh. I told my friends that joke. They said, we know exactly which haircut. February and March last year, you were not yourself. Wait, the lights are so bright up here, I can't really see you guys. I need to know for some jokes later. Can everyone just say, what is your race? Locked and loaded, thank you. But don't worry, you know, I have prepared a number of jokes tonight with which I hope to astound and delight each and every one of you. And so let's get into some of those. Okay, something I want to get off my chest. Has anyone been in a situationship where someone is like, oh yeah, I would totally hook up with you, I'm totally into you, but I don't think we should, it might ruin our friendship? Nope. Does anybody relate to this? Maybe a couple people. Well, it happened to me, and that's what we're talking about tonight. I was in the situation, I don't think it's gonna mess up our friendship. It's like, right, our amazing friendship, the one where I do everything you want because I think we're gonna have sex. Oh yeah, I'm sure you don't want that to change. I need to tell you, I was flirting with you. Get wise. Our amazing, unimpeachable friendship, the one where I come to your house at 2 p.m. bush groomed, ready to go. I'm not proud of anything I'm saying up here. It's a different relationship from friendship. Okay. Let me tell you, I'll tell you about one other thing. Earlier this week, I was in a train station, and a man came up to me and asked me for directions, and then when we were parting ways, he was like, hey, I'd like to take you on a date sometime. I don't think so. Why would I go on a date with someone who doesn't know where they're going? Right, in this interaction, you've established to me one thing, you are a lost man. Where would we go on the date? Confusion Town? Confusion Town for low-value misters? I don't think so. You're not gonna get me there. Seriously though, one way or another, I do have to tell you about my life. Can I do that? Okay. Here's the deal with me. So I am from Ghana in West Africa, and I moved to the US when I was 3 years old. So it's like I'm an immigrant, but I did not help pack. Oh man, a little bit of stolen valor on that one. So I'm so chill about it. Immigrant, right? No problem. Not like Lin-Manuel Miranda. Sure that you know. For me, it's more like if there's a scholarship, I will apply. I I've been learning more about Ghana lately. I've learned a lot of things I thought were like ethnic, special facts about Ghana are actually just facts about my dad, Bill. Easy mistake to make. Here's what I learned about Ghana. I learned we have quite a matriarchal culture. And so it's like kind of feminist sometimes. Like in my family, my mom is the one in charge actually of physical abuse. Very feminist, do you agree? And my dad is actually in charge of having a worrying, severe eating disorder. He had this like beautiful jar of this like special green, I thought it was some kind of motherland powder. Imagine my shock, it's slapped on my teeth. It is completely laxatives. Get help, Dad! Is anybody immigrant kid here? Yeah. Oh my god, okay, quite a few. Okay, if you're not, close your ears. The rest of us, we have something to discuss. I think there's maybe a narrative shift that needs to happen, where immigrant kids, we all say the same thing, right? We're all like, I come from a culture that is so intense and so success-oriented. And I wonder, is that the truth about our culture, or is that the truth about our parents, the two narcs who left that culture? Let's really wake it up, because immigrating is for serious people who like to fill forms. It's hard to do, and actually the relaxed people are 9 times out of 10 gonna stay back in the village and relax. I visited Ghana a couple years ago. I went to my mom's village in the north, my dad's village in the south. Guess what the villages had in common? Everybody was relaxing. Imagine my shock. Let me see. Okay, I want to talk to you guys about something maybe a little bit serious. So on Sunday I went to church. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. But did you guys know that women can be pastors these days? Who knew? Clap if you knew. Okay, well, I guess I missed the memo on it. And so I'm at church. We got this lady pastor coming up to the podium. We got me, Joe, in the pew trying to hold back my anger and dismay. It's bubbling. I don't last long holding it back though, because she gets up there, she's looking so goddamn sexy, I can't focus on the word. I cannot focus on a single Corinthian the way she's looking up there. And look, when I say she's sexy, I'm not saying that she has like a fat ass or something. Like, what, you think I never saw a fat ass before? Don't make me, I can handle a fat ass. It's more so the totality of her charm and her whimsy that were overwhelming me so. Okay, that is my first ever character, devout, misogynist, lesbian. Definitely taking notes on that, but I am gonna return to stand-up comedy at this time. My family's very, very Christian though, and very homophobic. And if you guys saw the kind of gay sex I'm having, you would know I'm in trouble. You would know it is really a dire situation. My parents don't want me to be gay because they say that gay people are lackadaisical and loose. All right. Here's my rebuttal. Every gay guy I know, every gay guy I've ever met is a project manager. Okay, the truth is I've gotten a light about 8 times, so I'm gonna be done. But thank you so much.
He would be the quarterback because he's tall. He writes for Redactress and Clickle. He's got a little mic called the Manhattan mic, and guess what? It's in Brooklyn. Please give it up for Sean Peacock!
Ant-Man? That's an uncle. Hi everyone, my name is Sean Pika. I look like I play every member of my family in a one-man show. That's sort of my vibe. A little bit about me, I like to be dominated by women. Yeah, which is why I joined the modern American workforce. Wow, okay. These women are good, they are circling back. They got my ass. Speaking of, I'm still working from home. Is anybody else so lonely? I'm like, this email could have been a meeting. like let me and Doug, how are the kids? You know? Like, don't just CC me, like, see me. No, I am so lonely. Like, I'm so lonely that I set my phone to do disturb. You gotta text me and says Sean has notifications on full volume. He's staring right at that thing. Lovely video. By the way, if my girlfriend gets the ick from that, I'm gonna sue you. She has never seen me in shorts before. This is a disaster. I took the train here. You ever notice that either everybody on the train is hot, or like nobody on the train is hot? Or like some people on the train are hot? Or maybe like one person is? Yeah, covers. Oh yeah. I was on a plane recently. My favorite thing to watch on the plane is the flight tracker. It starts slow, but stick with it. It really goes somewhere. Yeah, recently was on a plane and I got way too high on mushrooms accidentally, on purpose. And when you're that high and you hear those announcements for 10 minutes straight, it kind of sounds like they're saying, airplane is now is airplane. And it's like, yes, we sky soon. Like, I was so high that I understood the movie Tenet. Do you know what I mean? How high I was. I'm getting older. Okay, nobody disagrees, rude. I think it's weird we're getting older is it becoming like less ironic. Like now I think Live, Laugh, Love is beautiful. Like I'm crying. Like I was going every day, I'm like, oh my god, what have I been doing? It is wine o'clock. I'm gonna be late to work, I need to. Hey, you ever look at a picture of your ex and suddenly it's nighttime? What's that about? My ex one time sent me a letter of all of her feelings, and she sent it to me in a Google Doc. Yeah, I immediately requested comment access. First of all, who the fuck is Anonymous Platypus? Fuck you. Staying around a lot last year, I was on Tinder, and I saw this photo verified account. There's only 2 photos. Both of them were Sandy from SpongeBob. And I was like, no. It's not possible. We don't have the technology. I was also on Hinge last year. This girl sent me the link. She had the Together We Could prompt. We know this one, the Together We Could. She said, together we could topple capitalism, dismantle the patriarchy, and defund the police. Literally, no, we cannot. People have been trying. Watch the news. That's all I'm saying. My friend tried to get me to download Field last year. Yeah, okay. My friend, and he lists himself on this app as a Dom. Yeah, boo. Ladies and gentlemen, I've seen the subway doors close on this man. And he was most of the way through them. He just spit him right back out. But I actually am seeing somebody now and it's going well. Yeah, which is terrible because I'm not writing any jokes. It's horrible. I did write down the idea for what I thought was something funny in the middle of the night, and I looked at it the next morning, all excited. It said, joke idea, loving without fear. Yeah, pretty funny, pretty good. Yeah, I like being in a relationship with them. Like I'm a bit of a romantic, but mostly just because I'm out of shape. Like during sex, I'm like, I simply must kiss you right now. I can't wait any longer. Kissing break. My girlfriend is actually white. We're in a beautiful, proud white love. Okay, not a racist crowd. Not a racist crowd. How do you think you get Flickr Max on? Do you know what I mean? I remember the first time I brought her home to my 2 white parents, I said, I don't care what you think. They're actually super accepting. I would say that we're in a proud white hetero relationship, but she said that she may or may not be bisexual. And I said, not on my watch, bitch, we're getting married, okay? You will never explore that side of yourself. How dare you? We're gonna have a perfect life together. Has anybody here hit puberty before? Anybody here? Looks like a very sexually mature crowd. Because I technically did not. This is true. I'm on hormone therapy. I take testosterone. A lot of people transition from a man to woman, woman to man. I think one of the few to transition from a boy to a man. like my pronouns are he. Just living the movie big every day. It's awesome. It's weird taking testosterone because it feels so different. Like if I take more of it, I feel myself becoming stronger. If I skip it for a few days, I can have a nice little girls' weekend. One time my doctor accidentally doubled my dose, and I was like, yeah, I like war now. I had to Google it except for Ukraine. I'm like, good, it's still going. Watching Oppenheimer, like, go, get him. Testosterone's a weird substance. It's hard to get sometimes. You have to like yell at healthcare people, and they're like, lower your voice, sir. And I'm like, I'm trying. Like when I'm off testosterone, I become like so immediately unsexual. Like I'll just be watching Space Jam, like, wow, Lover Rabbit has really good fundamentals. I also recently found out that I'm sterile. Now we're just trauma dumping. Let's go. I'd like to give it a positive spin, limited edition, last of my kind. Somebody at a show recently shouted out Final Sale. Pretty good. Okay, not that good. Fuck him. It's really sad, you know, that I'm sterile, especially when you consider like I'm like 6'4". You know what I mean? It's a really good hairline. It's like when Netflix canceled Glow. It's like people like this. So let's keep this going. It's weird being sterile, unless you guys don't think so. The thing that's weird about being sterile is my life technically has no meaning. That's okay, except for this. Except for this moment right in this room, it's okay. The thing that's weird is I don't think of my cum as cum anymore. Now I think of it as prop cum. During sex, I'm like, that was just for show. And every time I come, there's somebody backstage going, I think that's my time. Thanks guys, ever shot me.
That was crazy! Hi, it's almost halftime, folks. Everyone stretching, staying hydrated?
Oh yeah.
Anyway, thank you. It's very important. Up next, it's actually literally my blood sister. She's actually really amazing. You might know her from this show right now that you're currently attending. Please put your hands and your feet and your little cheeks together for Viv Harper!
Ever perform comedy in airy yoga pants? Not usually a musical comedian, you guys, but if you'll let me, I'd love to start out with a song. Sing along if you know the words. Through him, with him, and in him, the unity of the Holy Spirit. All glory is yours now and forever. That was my impersonation of when you go to church, and it's the part where the priest can either talk the prayers or sing the prayers, and you realize that your priest is bravely using his instrument. New movie Challengers out. I haven't seen it yet, but from what I know, it's about how playing tennis leads to group sex. And this is huge for me because I was a youth tennis player, and back when I was, that was a sport for virgin freaks. And I know that because sometimes I'd have to wear my little uniform to school because I'd have a match after. And by the way, it was a really short skirt and a tight tank top that showed off my rack. And people were still like, ah! Put that away. I was really good at tennis, just so you guys know. Could have played in college, but quit because I wasn't sure I could handle the pressure. And also as a high school girl, I needed to devote my time to more important things like being a huge bitch to my mom. People are like, why'd you really quit? Was it like a career-ending injury? Like what happened? And it wasn't an injury per se. But I do remember my last ever high school tennis match. State championship. I'm running back to return a point. I trip. I land on the court and I skid my leg along the court. I get up, by the grace of God, I am uninjured. But on the court is a 3-foot-long permanent stain of Jergens buildable natural flow salt. It would not come off. I imagine it's still there. And that moment was so humiliating that any love I had for the sport of tennis died immediately. And I never picked up a racket again. Any girls in the crowd? Girls, this one's for you. Girls, I don't know about you, but I spend about 98% of my day kind of trying to figure out if I'm hot. And if I can get hotter. It's a constant dialogue, it goes back and forth in my brain. First thing I think about when I wake up, gonna be the last thing I think about when I go to sleep. And it goes like this. Am I hot? The most constant celebrity comparison I get is the older sister in the Chronicles of Narnia movies. She's a beautiful girl, but she's a child. In the first film, she's 14 years old. Am I hot? Yes. The other day I got my hair done, right? And the lady said, striking. Nothing else. Just one very violent adjective, kept it moving. Guys, am I hot? Sometimes, thank you. Sometimes I was fishing. I meet one of my parents' friends for the first time, and they say this. Oh my God! You look just like your dad! My dad's broken his nose 3 times. I've broken my nose 0 times. My favorite part about this kind of constant quest I'm on to get hotter is that I'll clock into a shift on Instagram Reels every now and then. And I'll sit down and I'll watch a 5-minute long video where a blonde balayage, 21-year-old woman is going to teach me how to glow up in 2 weeks and become unrecognizable. And the first thing she always says is, step 1, stop drinking. Immediately, I'm not doing that. Immediately, I'm out for sure. I'm always like, why am I doing this? I have a boyfriend who loves me. One time at a bar, a gay guy said I looked like Lana Del Rey, Born to Die, era. Nothing tastes as good as skinny feels false. Something that tastes better is when I have 4 to 6 espresso martinis and become ungovernable. I have a job. I have a job for sure. I used to be a restaurant waitress, and now I work at a law firm, and that's different, slight, because old men aren't trying to guess my ethnicity anymore. I know. To you, it's pretty obvious, right? You know what I am. But to boomer men in Boston, Massachusetts, I'm a riddle begging to be solved. This one guy would come in and be like, thank God. He'd see me and he'd say this, thank God, so nice to see a beautiful young Portuguese woman hard at work. Never claims to be Portuguese. Just kind of have that swag. Have a job, have a boyfriend, that's true. He's right there. He was in the sketch very bravely. I love him so much, it should be illegal and scared. People should be scared. But I found out something really tough, you guys. He's on the apps. FanDuel and DraftKings. He's betting on sports, you guys. We're never gonna own a house. Or, if he hits the craziest 7-game parlay tonight, we're gonna own 1 million houses. I love to tell that joke because it insinuates that my boyfriend is bad at money. And that kind of distracts from the fact that I went into generational debt at the Sephora annual sale a few weeks ago. There are Makeup by Mario palettes that my grandkids are going to be paying off in the year 2069. But I want to end my set by saying this. Sephora, I love you. I would open up 1 million credit cards if you let me. Thank you so much.
I put my drink on the ground and I spilled it. Shit. But let's keep the energy up. Let's go! Okay, guys. The charisma of this next comic is frankly out of this world. You might know him from his super sick comedy variety show, Hey Ellen. Please give it up and clap your little cheeks for Michael
Me immediately proving that charisma comment incorrect. Happy Kendrick Lamar diss track day to all those. Seems like you guys have been following the Kendrick Lamar Drake beef. For those of you who haven't been following, imagine if like a fake bisexual pop star with the personality of a 12-year-old bully from a performing arts middle school went up against a reborn avatar of a vengeful war god who is looking to enact divine retribution on all those who blasphemed it. And then you'll get the gist. It's not even close in my opinion. It's kind of a classic atomic bomb versus coughing baby situation. My favorite part of the whole beef has been kind of looking at all of the conspiracy theories. Like, the song just dropped today. It's called 616 in LA, and just today I've seen people say that the song is referencing the time that the track came out, the O.J. Simpson trial, the date of Father's Day this year, Tupac Shakur's birthday, 2 Bible verses, the release date of the HBO show Euphoria in 2019, a 2023 ruling that the Grammys made on the use of AI music, and the death of a Canadian general named Alexander of Tunis. So yeah, like I said, it's not even close. I think if we could harness the power of Kendrick Lamar theorists, we could cure world hunger tomorrow. What else is in the news? I actually found out that there is a white college football player named Noah Nigga. Just in case you needed any more evidence that we live in a world abandoned by God. His name is Noah Nigga, K-N-I-G-G-A. And he insists it's pronounced Kanega, which, good on him. I'm sure he pronounces it that way all the time. Like, I really want to believe he pronounces it that way all the time. But like, why do I feel like when his family goes on a vacation, they put it on their calendar as niggas be trippin'? Like, I just feel like they have a little bit too much fun with it and we're not looking. I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking it. Does anybody here have a job? Could I bum one of those off you guys? I quit my job about a month ago. Thank you. If anyone has any gainful employment, please. But I was working at a middle school teaching English, which meant I had to hear a lot of crazy Gen Z phrases like W-Riz or Ohio Yacht or Skibbity Sigma, you know, just pulling my hair out like, you have got to be kidding me right now. It's a little better than the job I had before that, though. I was working at this private preschool in the East Village with a bunch of rich kids who would say shit like, we're going to the Berkshires to go ice skating this weekend. Or, we have a robot in the Hamptons house. Or they'd be like, Michael, why are you black? So yeah, definitely not my favorite place in the world to work. I have been interviewing for other jobs, but somehow interviewing is 10 times worse than already having a shitty job. Like, tell me why I have to go through 4 rounds of interviews where they're asking you questions like, so, given this completely made-up scenario we presented you, tell us, how quickly would you turn on your fellow man in service of the company? Or if all your dreams came true tomorrow and you actually never had to work another day in your life, tell us why you would still want to work here. for $2 above minimum wage. Or tell me about a time when you saw yourself, but actually, I've never seen myself a day in my fucking life. Every day I stare at counterfeit reflections of my truest countenance, and now you want me to see? I guess in this world where even wise men close their eyes to the truth, you must turn to the blind fool to find the enlightenment that you seek. See, I didn't get that job. Turns out hiring managers don't like it when you speak to them in erudite riddles. And you're just supposed to know this. Can I get a quick vibe check from the audience? What's my general vibe? Like, what do I look like to you?
Chill.
Yeah.
Okay, chill. Did one of the people who said chill, would you care to elaborate on that?
Right here. She said it.
Oh, okay.
You're just like wearing like loose clothes, very like cool tones also, like earth tones.
Okay, loose clothes, earth tones. Okay, someone who's been studying some color theory here. We'll talk about palettes after the show. I do like to ask people what my vibe is because I feel like I really am trying to ascertain how other people perceive me. Like, I feel like I used to think I looked like the one black guy who works at a GameStop who's like way too into the roots. I'm like, that guy's valid, but I feel like I've kind of shaken off that interpretation of myself, and now I feel like I look more like a bisexual warehouse worker who used to play the saxophone. Just muttering to myself in the warehouse, like, these cats don't know shit about Shark. Speaking of birds, I want to know who was the first goose to get called a silly goose.
Silliest.
Like, there must have been one silly ass goose. Like, how silly do you gotta be? For someone to be looking at top 3 silliest animals on earth and be like, no, that one's sillier than the others. That joke never really gets a big laugh when I tell it, but I think I'll keep telling it until the day I die. And perhaps that makes me the silliest goose of them all. I'll leave you all with this. I recently found out that there is a bar called Licking Hole Creek in a place called Goochland, Virginia. Goochland, if you're from there. Just really goes to show you that when you really get down into it, in every gooch, there's a hole ready to be lit. And I actually recently found out that Licking Hole Creek is closed, kind of indefinitely. So if we could all just send some poppers down there, I think Licking Hole loosened up, ready for business. So. Some of you might think that joke is a little crude. Maybe you don't like me talking about gooches, grundles, the sort. But I posit to you that if you can't appreciate the simple joys of Licking Hole Creek being in Goochland, Virginia, my Kanega, I don't know what to do. Alright, that's all my time.
Guys, my heart is so high right now that my Fitbit logged this exercise. And I'm wearing a jersey, so it should count. It should count. This next comic, you guys, we shared a womb. And even though, you know, she's the co-host of this damn show, so give it up right now. She did theater, but she's the MVP of my heart, and if a woman, she'd be #1. Roxanne Ruth, everybody!
Shoot. So we're just done whipping and nay-naying now, or what? Whatever. I don't even care. Hacking. Okay? Very scary kind of stuff, we think. No, you remember 2013, we saw Dylan Sprouse's Cock and Ball? Very harrowing stuff. I'm honestly still thinking about it to this day, of course. I feel personally I'm extra susceptible to hacking as a future famous / president. I'm very scared. So I'm constantly racking the old digital footprint, trying to figure out kind of what could they get me on. And I think that the scariest thing that they could get me on is obviously, and of course, my Kids Bop audition. There's a lot of fun facts about this audition, obviously, and of course, one of them is how close to the upper end of the age range I was at the time of submission. They were looking for ages 6 to 13. I was entering high school. I did Poker Face by Leah Michelle and Anita Mendez. Where I'm like, lead set. I think it was very beautiful what they did, turning a song about having sex with a woman into a mother-daughter ballad. Thank you. And obviously, it's like if this video gets out, I'm terrified because imagine, okay, I'm the president, duh. I'm the president. The video's out. And all across the nation, okay, there is a wave of jealousy, you guys! And there would be an insurrection and I would be unsafe. So obviously I'm thinking about that kind of all the time. I think the boys are really creative. We don't give it up for them enough, I feel. They're so creative. I received one of the most creative cat calls the other day. It was really beautiful. So basically I'm walking one way. Guy's walking the other way, he's really staring me down, so I'm like, oh my god, do the checks, you know, stain on the t-shirt, TP on the butt, something in the teeth. Nope, it's the usual offense, walking while gorgeous, shoot. So, I'm walking while gorgeous, he's staring me down, and he kind of opens his mouth to say something, but instead of words, lame, he does, you know when you are, you hit a bong and you want to breathe out regular, but you actually have to cough so bad? So he looks at me and he goes, and then he smiles at me like this. And honestly, guys, would. Don't tell my boyfriend. He's over there. Anyway, boys are so creative. I think boys from my high school are very creative. I would like to illustrate their creativity by describing to you an actual image. This image could be found on any Instagram page of any boy that attended my high school. It looks like this. 10 to 15 men. All in quarter zips, okay? Most brightly lit section of the club. You didn't know they had fluorescence. 1 bottle, 0 bitches. Caption is, doing it like no other. And I believe those boys are doing it like none other. I really do believe this. Girls from my high school, mostly nowadays, they're committing medical abuse. Oh, I'm sorry. A lot of blonde women from our high school became nurses. I do not believe in employee discrimination, okay? But I do believe that hospitals should be able to discriminate against former cyberbullies. And I do believe that Emily Osment would back me up on this cause, okay? Here's the thing about Emily Osment. She has been in over 40 episodes of Young Sheldon, R.I.P. There's a whole cinematic universe inside of Young Sheldon that you and I don't know nothing about. Okay? 7.5 million Americans every single week, not a single person in this room. Okay, we don't know anything. They could be doing anything on there. Reba McEntire's there. The janitor electrician from Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, he is also there. They could be doing organized crime. We're sitting, we're laughing, we're kicking, ha ha ha. When the Young Sheldon hive rises, you will be ignorant. As previously stated, I have a boyfriend. Suck it. You do not have one, I bet. And I bet he doesn't even play the acoustic guitar like mine does. So, I love my boyfriend, but we're having like a little bit of a problem, and I need to ask for some advice, but don't clench up, okay? It's regular, we're having a regular, normal problem. It's not like, hey girl, how do I get my boyfriend in 2 years to acknowledge my personhood? We have a regular problem, but I have to tell you 2 things. One, even though obviously I'm very sexy and I have a lot of cool tattoos, I am on the regular engaging in baby talk. And then the other thing is, I don't know if you actually saw him over there, I like to call him my little peanut because he actually is whittle and I would like to eat him up. And so these 2 things are kind of combining in tandem and I keep calling him my cutie little pre-nut. And he doesn't like it, you guys. He gets really embarrassed about the stain on the front of his underwear. I like it! I call it his angel's kiss. Very beautiful. It's like a birthmark. For how often it's there. He comes a lot in his pants was the joke there. Anyway, I love my boyfriend. I love him so much. He does keep me from doing something that I used to be super into, which was having sex with women. I used to be really down with that. I had a girlfriend in college. We were very serious. Of course, we lived together. We dated for 4 months. And then for like 9 terrible, whatever. We can't get into it. There's a lot of texting. But okay, here's the thing about her though. She was gluten-free. And of course, you know what this means. She mostly ate soup. Carbs are gluten are solids. Carbs are gluten are solids. Anyway, what the soup thing meant for me personally, of course, when we were making love, I could hear the broth sloshing around in her stomach. And it's not about the proximity ear to stomach, it's about the volume of broth that was present in the woman at the time. Okay. I don't really like my boss, shoot. I don't like him. He's not really that good of a guy. I think it's like, the reason I don't like him is basically because like, talking to him is sort of what I would assume it's like to suck room temp wiener nut through a straw. That's kind of what it's like to interface with that man. I'm a bartender also, you have to know for this joke. I forgot, shoot. Kinship. Anyway, yeah, he like but it's really not his fault because he actually had a dream die once. He wanted to be a professional ice sculptor, and then he broke his back building a 10-foot tall Santa Claus out of ice. And now instead of living in his ice hotel, he has to own a restaurant in Windsor Terrace and get mad at me when I lock the iPad because he can't get back in. Okay, bye. I love you. Drive safe.
Guys, give it up for Roxanne! I love her so much. Guys, it's our last freaking comic of the night. Are you scared? Are you excited? Guys, this one is literally an icon. She just hosted a show solo out in LA called Aspiring Icon. She's the co-host of the Decadence podcast. And if we were kind of 2 minutes left in the game and I need to make a big throw, yeah, I'm throwing it to her. Give it up for Allison O'Connor! Yes!
Yeah, okay, that's me. Do you understand how one time I was in the West Village and I was at Cubbyhole. No judgment to anybody. I was there and I saw Andy Cohen walking down the street holding a cardboard cutout of himself. We screamed, Andy! Hey, Andy, Andy! And the staff came out and they said, be kind to our neighbors. I found out later it was his birthday. It's not even my birthday, okay? I have to put this over here because I think they're filming the show, and if any of this is usable, like, that's gonna be confusing to Instagram. Okay. So they asked me if I was free to film a sketch, and I was like, obviously no. But what if you made a cardboard cutout of me? And it's like, guys, like, give it up for production value. And that's a dying art, okay? How much were these tickets? They learned a dance routine. You can't get that at most comedy shows. I hope you appreciate what you're seeing today. Yeah, awesome, hell yeah. Okay, my turn. I'm going through my first big lesbian breakup right now. And I just want to give a big shout out to JoJo Siwa. Oh my god, JoJo Siwa. The thing about me and JoJo is I am a lot older than her, but we are in the exact same coming out timeline. Me and JoJo Siwa woke up on basically the same morning like, I'm a lesbian. And ever since then we've been tethered for life. And I just want to thank her for everything she's doing right now, and I mean everything, okay? She's doing that, so I don't have to. That's how I feel. It's like, you know, I now know what it feels like to experience lesbian turmoil. It's like, you think I don't want to dress up as Pennywise? You think I don't want to self-fund a music video where I hump the beach? It's exactly what my pain feels like. I got one of these from a guy in the crowd. You could never understand what she and I know. You never could. Tim. No, going through a breakup for me means that now I am paying for Apple Music on top of Spotify. Okay? Because I love participating in the pageantry of Spotify Wrapped. But the people can't know how much Rascal Flatts is a part of the picture right now. That's not their business. I'm treating Apple Music like my burner phone. It's like the government can't know I'm communicating with the Hamilton soundtrack at 7 a.m. for near daily. It's like, why? Not for me to know, okay? It gets better, and then it gets worse. That's the thing, they don't tell you that. You've been there. Okay, great. I would say the other challenge of going through a breakup recently has been like deciding who my new emergency contact is. Has anybody been through this? It's tough, because it's like, I know it shouldn't be my parents in Texas, that doesn't make sense, but it also shouldn't be my busy gay male best friend who's always on Do Not Disturb. It's like, if I'm in danger, my therapist is gonna have to press notify anyway. And I don't know if she has the guts for that, you know? Not like I do. Is anyone in here closeted? Yeah, I guess you're not ready yet. Oh, yes? Okay, great. I have one piece of advice for you. Start budgeting now. Okay? Start budgeting now, because worst case scenario, you're questioning, you end up not being gay, you have extra money. Awesome. Best case scenario, you're gay! Yes! You're gay! You have to buy tickets to something for the rest of your life every week. Every week for the rest of your life. Best case scenario, okay? Being gay is so expensive. They don't tell you that. Being gay is so expensive, especially if you're a lesbian who fancies himself a bit of a gentleman. Which is my particular affliction, okay? You might not see me because I'm wearing a tube top, but that's me. It's like, I know what I look like and I'm wearing knee-high boots, but in my heart of hearts, I am like a 40-year-old man wearing a fedora in his Facebook profile picture. I'm tipping my hat and I'm opening the door at public establishments for women I don't know, and I'm going, "M'lady?" That's me! I'm a m'lady guy! That's me. I'm tapping the card reader before she can get to it, like, "Should the lady require an iced coffee?" "She shall have one!" Jay! Tipping 100%. I am a gentleman. I should have known I was gay in college when like a girl at a coffee shop would ask me to watch her stuff while she went to the bathroom, and I would take the job way too seriously. You know, she'd be like, "Can you keep an eye on my backpack?" And I could never just answer yes. It would never come out that way. It would always come out more like, "I will lay down my sword for your cause." She'd get back, I'd still be going, I'd be like, "No blood was spilled, but should it have been spilled, it would not have been spilled in vain." She doesn't hear me. She's wearing over-the-ear Bose headphones. I'm so sweaty. My straight ex-boyfriend picks me up. He's like, "Why are you wearing chainmail?" I'm like, "I don't know. Maybe we'll find out in 5 to 6 years." We go home, we watch the Joan Jett documentary. He's like, "Are you good?" I'm like, "If by good you mean wet." Yeah, nothing to do with you. Awesome. Sometimes I wish that me and my gay male best friend existed in a time where we had to get married for safety. Not because it would change our relationship, it would just be so much easier to nail him down for a dinner plan. You know? It's like being friends with a gay guy is like being friends with the mayor. It's like, how many events could you have to attend tonight? Tonight! I'll text him like, hey, you wanna hang out? He's like, I could do 7:15 to 7:45. I've gotta go to Taj's birthday party in Chelsea. I'm like, now who's Taj? And how is he born every weekend? And by the way, what's in Chelsea? 3 people over here have my exact life. Everyone else is like, this is a comedian. And I'm like, you guys are me. Okay, gay guys in the crowd. Do we have gay guys here? I have a question for you. It is, what's in Mexico City anyway? Stop leaving me. We have a podcast to run. Great, a little bit personal. What else is up? Sean talked about this a little bit. I'm gay, but I have a job, okay? I am gay, but it's more likely than you think. I work from home, too. Does anybody here work from home? Yeah, it's a sham, right? Does anyone here not work from home? It's a sham, right? I feel like if you work from home, you know it's a sham. If you don't work from home, you definitely know it's a sham. I've known it was a sham since I was a kid, and I know I've known that because I used to use the word homeschooled as a slur. Okay? I went to public school. We knew 2 things about homeschooled kids. Number 1, they were not doing school in any real way. Number 2, they were off-putting. Horrible hangs, bad to be around. So as you can imagine, it's tough to grow up and effectively become a homeschool kid now. You know, it's like not only is the work fake and I'm wearing sweatpants, it's like I'm bad to be around. You know, I emerge from my cave every day around 5 p.m. and I come to a show like this and I talk to the comics in the back and I'm like, I made a salad dressing today. I put fresh herbs, it had dill. There was dill in there, I put it in the Vitamix. They're like, we don't care. Meanwhile, trying to listen to anybody else talk to me about their real life feels like benching my body weight. Somebody will give me a real piece of information about their life. They'll be like, my mother's not doing well. I'm like, I'm so bored. I'm so bored. This is horrible for me. Crying tears of blood. I have really the social skills of a feral child. It's tough. It's tough. Sometimes I'll commit the worst possible offense, which is complaining about a work from home problem to a real job friend. You've done this. You've heard these complaints. I'll say something and I'll realize I just said the most homeschooled sentence of my life. I'll be like, ugh, this woman was so passive aggressive to me over Slack. I didn't know what to do. I had to just like walk around the block and get myself a cookie. And it's like, that's the most homeschooled thing you could say. I might as well have just said like, why do we need teachers when my dad is God? How disconnected can you be, you know? The more separated I become from society, the more I wish I actually had been raised homeschooled. Right? Because then at least I'd have a large evangelical family to keep me company. You know, I'd still be working from home, but the work would be churning butter with my sister wives. That would be amazing. I love the girls. I love the girls. All right, I'm Allison O'Connor. Thank you guys. Give it up for your host. Guys, thanks so much in a crazy way for coming out. Thank you so much to the bartender and freaking tip her the hell up. Thank you so much Thank you BCC for putting a roof over our heads tonight this evening. Guys, we love you. Thank you.
If you want to drink with us after, we're going Doctor!